Hey guys, Doug the Retirement Guy here. We have a new series we're starting off with. It's called Monthly Paying Dividend Funds. 45 different funds we're going to be reviewing over the next 30 days. So today we're doing the review of Gladstone Capital Corporation, GLAD. Is it good for retirement? This one shows a 7.86% dividend. I personally own it. I kind of like this stock, but let's get into exactly how this works and what they. So Gladstone Capital, it's a BDC, which is a business uh, development corporation. They are really like the medium size companies, pretty much putting out loans and investments to help grow those companies. So what is a BDC and what's the advantages of it? So let's explain that for you. First off, high dividend yields. Because BDCs are regulated investment companies, what they call RICs, they must distribute over 90% of their profits to shareholders. Okay? So they are not paying corporate income tax on the profits. They're doing it through the distribution. So again, it's a money saving situation and it makes for great investment packages. Open to retail investors. BDCs expose investors to debt and equity investments that are prominently done in private companies, which are typically closed to retail investors. So you're reaching markets or companies that you can't touch. So you're able to get something from those organizations. BDCs trade on the public exchange, so it's very liquid and very diversified. And that's the thing I like about BDCs is that they're diversified. You look at the portfolios that they're in, and you'll find most of them are not just dialed into one specific area, technology or energy. They are spreading out in multiple different facets so that they don't get the ups and downs roller coaster of markets of one segment's going down, another segment's going up. They're spread across different areas. So why GLAD? Well, that 7.87% dividend advertised return is very strong. And that comes from dividends or any interest or any capital gains that they tie into this. But here's the thing that gets me excited is over the past 3 years, we have seen a 17.3% growth in that dividend. So it's not that this thing is, you're going big today and down tomorrow. These guys are on a steady pace to continuously grow and add to that dividend each and every year. And they've done it for the past 3 years. They've also seen some huge stock gains. And over the 1 year, they're at 18.53% growth. And over 5 years, you're seeing a 50% growth in their stock value. So again, these guys are doing it right by slowly but steadily growing the value of the stock, paying the nice dividend out, and making things very smooth, especially over the past 3 years, and especially with the economy that we just are running through right now. So this is the big thing, and this is part of the series, is they paid a monthly dividend. And on this channel, I love monthly dividends. I love getting that at the end of the month, getting that check so I can pay my bills and make things work. Some people like to reinvest it, do the drip, put it back into the fund. I like the regular cash flow for retirement. So Gladstone over 1 year, you look at the track history of this thing, and I put this on there to start off with. The very first red arrow you see was the March Madness that we had. And now in a lot of things you start seeing this, but these are the past two things over the 90 days that have really hurt the stock market. The first one was the March Madness, and you don't see much. You see ripple, you see it down, but you don't see a terrible tragedy there. Now, what you do see is the April tariffs. April tariffs took a huge hit in the value of this stock. And you ask why? Well, because they don't know what their market evaluation is going to be. They don't know how is this going to affect their investments that they've done. And as you see coming out of it, the last arrow, you can see they've already started making headway back out of the dumps and going forward. So if everything continues on the path that they see, they're going to recover fairly well. And you can already see that at the bottom, 1 month out, they're up 9.11%. 6 months, 1.04%. That's going to include the March and the April programs and the drop-offs. Now, year to date, of course, you're going to see that negative 13.51% because that is year to date is from January to February, or excuse me, January to April. That's where you're seeing the drop-off. But 1 year, 14.10, 5 year, 98%. Solid growth, and you can see the track history tells you that. 5 years, again, we put this thing out there, and you can see 5 years out, you can see the growth it's had, and you see the steady flow of it going forward. So the dividend chart we put out there, some people always say it's a flat. This is what I love. This thing goes out 10 years. Okay? Look at the path at 10 years. You have been at a steady pace for 10 straight years. This is like getting a salary and getting a paycheck and continuously every month getting the same amount day in, day out. It had a little peak in 2025 where they paid up to that 40 cents. That was a special payout, which was really just cleaning up a lot of different things that they had going on. And now you're averaging about 16.5 cents per share per month. So this we do this test with everything because we want to verify everything that's going on. We take $10,000, we invest it into the fund. We take a look at what does this look like. In 2024, we invested $10,000, $22.05 a share. We were able to buy 453 shares. We go all the way out 1 year later, the stock value is at $25.26, and we've gained 14.56% over 12 months. You can't beat that. That is a great profit center of 14%. The icing on that cake is the 8.98% dividend that we were able to collect over that same period. So yields, I always say everybody, yields are a little off. Yields don't tell you what actually happened. When you bought a year ago, you're getting almost 9% dividend return. Okay? Versus what they're going to say now at 7.86%, I think they had on the board, is because it's all based on the value of the stock. And the higher the stock goes, the lower the yield goes unless they crank up the dividends. This is what we're expecting to see. The growth we expect to see in 2025, probably in the third quarter, I mark it as, we'll see an increase in their dividend again, probably the 17.5 cents, maybe even push it to 18 cents to continue to add and try to stay at that 9% level. That's what they really like to have. So this stock gave us a total of 23.53% total return, counting dividends and stock return. We look at the slow chart, you can see Glad is very smooth. It is just a smooth with a nice little increased bump. And then you get to the April drop off, which wasn't much. And this is one. Average price over 12 months, 52-week average is $25.27. The current price is $25.26. So you're buying at basically at the average price right now. So we're expecting some increases. We're expecting some growth. It's prime time to get involved into this. There's no special pricing. There's no special deals, but it is time to collect a nice dividend and gain some advantage. So we put this is it good for a retirement fund? Most definitely. We mark it as a buy. We believe that this is one that you buy it, you set it, you forget it, and you move on, and you just sit back and let the money roll in. We got the 8.98% dividend, which we believe is great, and I believe you should be able to get about the same. As the time goes on, they're going to increase their dividend. The 14.56% growth in the fund itself, in the stock, was great. So our money's growing and we got money to live off of. You got the best of both worlds. Guys, this is Doug, the retirement guy. I hope you like this new channel that we're trying with the monthly payouts. If you like what we're doing, give us a thumbs up. Definitely don't miss any of the videos. There's probably 40, 45, 46 of them that we're going to be doing. So subscribe, make sure you see each and every one of them. And then leave a comment if you like what we're doing or don't like what we're doing or don't like the information or you do like the information. Let us know. We judge by what you guys say. So again, everything helps the channel, and thanks for watching.